And when you're trying to manifest, it can look like things are falling apart and people are leaving you or leaving your life and you don't understand why. But I believe that the universe does move people out of your way who aren't supposed to be there, because not everyone's supposed to be in your life forever. Maybe they're hindering you from getting to that thing that you've asked for, and that is the universe's way of clearing a path for you to manifest and to get what you want. So find a way to Hello everyone, my name is Monica and thank you so much for being a part of our Lightworker community today. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about the difference between pronoia and paranoia. So most people have heard the word paranoid or paranoia and what that pretty much means. Paranoia basically means like an unrealistic distrust of others or feeling of being persecuted. In extreme degrees, it can be a sign of mental illness. But I'm going to be talking about it in a more basic concept of like feelings of the universe being against you or others being against you or just the world in general. Everything is just against you and nothing is working in your favor. And no matter how hard you try, it doesn't matter because you're just unlucky or something in that sense. And I have definitely felt that way in the past, and I especially remember when I was kind of in my lowest lows and I always was expecting something to go wrong. I was always expecting something bad to happen and for me to just feel awful pretty much all the time. As a result of all of these things happening to me, I was definitely playing the victim and I wanted to actually stay in my low vibe state because there I was at least comfortable and I knew what to expect sort of, and I was comfortable with the negative feelings and the negative feelings that I was getting associated to whatever was happening in my life. And being in that state also allowed me to not try, to have a lot of cop-outs, and to also not have my hopes up or be disappointed about an outcome because I always expected the worst anyways. So a few years ago, a friend of mine in a conversation mentioned the word pronoia, and I had no idea what that was or what that meant. I had never heard that word or that term before, so I was really intrigued, and I don't remember what we were talking about exactly before that or how it came up, but she basically said that pronoia was like the belief that the universe is conspiring in your favor. And I thought that was brilliant. I had never thought of it like that before, and I remember that was something that always stuck with me afterwards, and I was thinking like, that's actually a really good way to live your life and to have that belief that the universe is working in your favor. When we had talked about this, I had not had my spiritual awakening yet, and I did not know about the law of attraction, and I believe she was awakened, at least to some degree. She was much more conscious than I was. So she had taught me something very valuable with that concept. And I didn't exactly apply it right away. I don't think I intentionally practiced it, but I did always sort of think about it in the back of my mind. And so when I did have my awakening and I did start learning about the law of attraction, that just fit in there really well. And I've basically adapted pronoia into my belief system. And it's one of my core beliefs that the universe is always working in my favor. I believe the concept of pronoia is something that's very already well known in the spiritual community, but I wanted to make this video in case someone hasn't heard of it, and maybe that can help shift their beliefs a little bit, because it really was a very profound thing of her to say that really affected me in a positive way. I do my best now to look through the lenses of my life through pronoia, even when things seem like they're going terribly wrong and not in the right direction. Because now that I know about the law of attraction and that everything that we're experiencing internally is mirrored to us externally, so if we believe that everyone is against us and everything is against us and that life is just one big disappointment, then that is exactly what we're going to see. The universe is going to provide examples for us that we're going to see throughout our life that's going to keep proving back to us that life is terrible to us and that we're victims of everything and that the world is against us, basically. But then if you have the opposite belief that the universe is working in your favor and that everything is happening is for your highest good, then the universe has no choice but to also show you examples in your life that is true, because whatever we believe is basically our truth, because that's how we're going to see the world. That's what's going to be reflected back to us. So it's not that I think that the universe hates us or that it's against us. It's just the law of attraction. It's just doing its job. So I truly do believe that everything always works out for my highest good, no matter what. Even when negative things are happening or bad things are happening, or it feels like everything is falling apart. A lot of times when things are falling apart, it's because it's building something better and it's coming back together in a better way that's going to help you more in the future. And when you're trying to manifest, it can look like things are falling apart and people are leaving you or leaving your life and you don't understand why. But I believe that the universe does move people out of your way who aren't supposed to be there, because not everyone's supposed to be in your life forever. Maybe they're hindering you from getting to that thing that you've asked for, and that is the universe's way of clearing a path for you to manifest and to get what you want. Once I start looking at life that way, it's like everything is good. Everything is all good. I mean, it still kind of sucks in the moment when you don't understand what's going on, but then I like to say, okay, what is the universe trying to show me? What is it that I need to learn? And always in hindsight, it's like, wow, I am so glad that happened because it led me to something really good. Like, I am so glad I went through my deep, dark depression so that I could have my spiritual awakening. Everything is always working out just the way that it should for you. And that goes to say that I'm not naive in a sense that I don't think anything bad is happening ever in the world. I know that there's a lot of darkness. I know there's a lot of evil people. I know there's a lot of terrible, terrible things going on in the world. But for me, no matter what's going on in the outside world, I still have that pronoia that everything's working out for me, even when things look super duper dark. And I would have to say that since I've had this outlook on life, that I hardly ever have like things or little things that really bug me or that just kind of are irritating. For example, like I used to get a lot of flat tires before I adopted this concept, and now I like hardly ever get flat tires ever. My car like never breaks down. It's always running good. I don't run into as many rude people. I don't have a lot of days where it just feels like, everything is going wrong or what's going on today. Like I still have my off days, I still have my bad days, I still have days where I'm like in a weird mood, but for the most part, I don't have those things that happen where you just hear about it from some people and you're like, man, that person has bad luck. Like it just seems like one thing after another just keeps happening to them. And I understand that because that used to be me when I didn't have such a positive mindset and when I was in a much lower vibration. And nothing really, not like a lot of majorly bad things happen. It was just those little things that just like add up over time that just really start to like grind your gears, you know what I mean? But now I don't have that as much. Most days are just pretty smooth and just pretty calm and chill, and that's also a lot with how I've changed my lifestyle personally. But I do believe that having pronoia does help so much because it has shifted my mindset to a just profoundly more positive one. That is why I believe I attract more positive circumstances, positive people into my life, and just positive overall good feelings for the majority of the time, which is just awesome. So that is my video for today. I hope that you learned something if you have never heard of the term pronoia, and I hope that you can also adopt it into your belief system and you can start to see that positive shift of changes that starts happening in your life. It could take some time because beliefs can take time to shift. It doesn't just happen overnight, but if you really start to look in the world that way, and you'll start to see examples, even very small ones, if you really look at your day-to-day life of how you feel like the universe is supporting you and it's divinely guiding you towards where you want to go. So until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.